Hey everyone, want to stick with us versus herd. If you made money today, comment below, got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson. And if you could do me a big favor, if you like the content, hit the like button. Today I'm up. It was a pretty choppy flat day. I didn't do a whole lot. I'm only up, as you can see here in my realized column, only up about $14 on the day. Still doing pretty good this week, but today there was just a little bit too much chop for me, so I mostly sat out. I mean, I did take an L on the Russell, but as you can see here, we're starting to get it back. If you want to join our Discord, link is below in the description, along with the free options trading group on Facebook, and it covers some of these trades that I'm in right now, rolling into the end of the week and into next week probably. But before we get into that, let's talk about what's going on with the market. Why did it react a certain way? I mean, midday, we mostly had a bunch of chop. Looked like it was kind of coiling up after the major sell-off yesterday. We had a major sell-off yesterday because there was scares of the lockdown. New York, Illinois, other places are starting to put in more restrictive measures because obviously COVID's out of control. So today, we had a little bit of a flush at open due to the weekly jobless claim. Now, the weekly jobless claim, this was the first week in 5 weeks that we missed expectations. We claimed 742,000 versus 710,000 was the estimated. So we exceeded expectations there, which is not good for the market. This is the first time in 5 weeks that we did that. And then we had a bit of a pump, mostly just chop all day, kind of scalp a little bit, make a little bit of money. But then we had a major breakout, as you can see here, SPY to the upside. You're like, hey, what's going on here? And that's because we're back to the stimulus deal. So Schumer says McConnell agrees to discuss COVID relief. They said they're going to do it today or tomorrow. So there's been a little bit of a breakthrough, and that McConnell's folks are finally sitting down and talking to us. Congressional aides, however, told NBC News that Schumer might have oversold the development as both sides begin negotiations and government funding to stave off the government shutdown on December 11th. So we don't know what's going on here, which is probably why the market is reacting the way it is. I mean, it popped up on that news, but now, as you can see here, SPY coming back down to the 356 level, and thankfully for that, because I'm in those positions. I'm short Dow still. I'm up 58 on that position. And then I actually lost $60, $59 on being short Russell on that rip up, but then I shorted it again when it looked like it was going to break down. So I'm up 43. So we're recouping the money that we lost in the Russell, and we have some trades going in on right now. But going back to SPY, where I think this is heading, as you can see here, the highs for this month, we topped out here 364, a little bit of a double top scenario, and the highs are currently getting lower, and it's going to get a little squeezed. We are, if we open below 356.30, which we're right here, right here right now, 356.30, we're below that right now. We could be we'll be opening up below the 10-day moving average. I do think that we're going to come down to the 348, 349 level in the very near term as more restrictions come in place and COVID becomes more of a threat. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's kind of the way that I'm trading right now. So right now I'm keeping risk low and trying to, see if we can hit these levels around the 350, 348 area. Now, I am short. I'm short Goldman Sachs. And Goldman Sachs, I am short. I'm in December expiration. I do have a debit put spread. I am long the 215 and short the 210, which that position's up. I mean, actually it's break even right now. It was up a little bit today, but we closed up 27 cents. So it's pretty much flat here. I put this on yesterday, so I'm not losing any money on it. But Goldman Sachs, what I'm looking for right now is it to top out around here, which looks like it might. I mean, maybe it'll push, maybe it won't, but we'll give it a shot. I mean, it was a pretty affordable spread, so I think that we could push this down to the 215 area down in here, and then if it's really selling off, I mean 210. I mean, as you can see here, it's been in this range for most of the year, and looks like it started to break out, but I think it's going to get smacked down. Same with JP Morgan. I mean, JP Morgan is just kind of stalled out right here. I mean, I'm just trading the banks right now. They're just stalling out, and they're just chilling. So I do think that JP Morgan is going to come down to like the 108, 105 level. So maybe I'll put a position on there. I'm not sure. I'm also shorting Uber currently. Now Uber, I'm also in a debit spread. I have on for December, I bought the 47 put. I've sold the 43 put against it. So, we got a $4 wide spread here, and I'm break even on that as well. I put that on today for, you can't see this, but for 89 cents. So max profit's gonna be just a little bit over $300, and I'm going to be it cost me 89 cents for that trade. So what I liked about Uber, also Lyft as well, is topping out here around $50. I do think we're going to see a little bit of a pullback down to the 45, 46 level, and Lyft as well. Lyft was pulling back. Actually, Lyft pulled back a little bit today, and then at close got pushed back up. So I do think that Lyft and Uber are a little bit extended here. Lyft looks like probably a little bit of a better short, so maybe I'll look into this tomorrow and have it kind of come back down to the 35 level. I mean, it did come down to 39.5, but as you can see here, 39.5 for the weeklies has kind of been the bounce territory. 39.5 area has been bounce territory on Lyft. So right now for the Qs, what I'm looking at for the Qs and the NASDAQ, we had a nice rip. I mean, we pushed up. I mean, the NASDAQ today was the strongest of them all. And as you guys know, I mean, NASDAQ has been the strongest all year with COVID and the restrictions and lockdowns. We have been obviously using technology more. Amazon, those services, Microsoft, Office 365, Amazon Web Services, all these have been pushing up to all-time highs, and NASDAQ as well. But what I'm looking at here, NASDAQ, range is getting a little bit tight. I currently don't have a position on the NASDAQ or the Qs. I'm kind of seeing range is getting a little tight in here. As you can see, it's pinging. Let me zoom in here. It's pinging between 288, 289, and 293. So we're starting to get a triangle formation here. Now the question is, are we going to be breaking to the upside or to the downside? I mean, it's up pretty high this year, but with more lockdowns, I mean, those COVID stocks and technology may be pushing the NASDAQ higher, because we know that once the vaccine news came out, it smacked the NASDAQ and obliterated it, while the Dow got pushed up thousands of points. S&P went up high, but NASDAQ was clobbered. So I think that the reverse could happen if there's lockdowns and there's more COVID scares. NASDAQ is going to be pushed up, and Dow and S&P are going to be pummeled. So that's kind of the way I'm positioning right now. So, today was a very low and slow kind of day, very, very inside day for most of the market. I mean, Boeing, it just couldn't catch up. I mean, it had an upgrade. Boeing had an upgrade this morning and gave it all back. I mean, I didn't short it, but definitely should have. I mean, this pump from 200 to 210 all the way back down to the 200 area, and it closed at 205. But there was some crazy action on here. And Boeing, I mean, honestly, if it doesn't push up here tomorrow, it's going to be in big, big trouble if you're trading Boeing. Now, Tesla has definitely been bucking the trend, but I am very cautious again of a potential double top in this area. You don't want to push your luck. Like people that are not selling, people that are loading up, they just want to squeeze. And yes, this could squeeze up to 550, 525 or whatever. But if you're up 100, 200, 300%, why not trim a little bit, and just kind of take it easy, because anything can happen at this point in time. This thing could rip, it could fall apart depending on the market. I mean, it's been pretty resilient last couple of days, even though, yesterday we had extreme selling off. I mean, yesterday Tesla did come down to 485 after touching 497, and then today just kind of just kind of had an inside day. I mean, it did tap 508, but came all the way back down to 495. But I mean, there's some nice trading in here. Whether you're bearish or bullish day trading, you're definitely getting some action today on Tesla. So I just be very careful. I mean, we had Roku as well. I mean, up $23. I mean, just insane. I mean, they're becoming quite a player in the digital streaming world. And now again, we have a potential double top situation here. I mean, it does look pretty bullish, but any dip in Roku, it looks like you can buy pretty safely. I mean, people are just eating that up. I mean, today there were some talks with Amazon, Apple TV, with Roku, which pushed it up higher. So here we are. SPG is the other play that I'm currently in right now. I do have the 80 put. I'm down a little bit of money on that. I'm only down like 7%. I'm in the 80 put for December. Now, SPG, this was the same put I bought yesterday. So SPG, I bought the same exact put yesterday for 470, sold it for 590, and then today again I bought it for 470. So I'm gonna see what happens here. I mean, yesterday, I have SPG in the corner here. It's hitting resistance. It came down a little bit. I mean, I'm down a little bit of money on it, but we'll see what happens. Yesterday I played this fade pretty nicely, and then today again, started to fade a little bit, but not enough. We'll see. On the 1 year chart, SPG 80, definitely 80, 81 area, or anywhere between 80, 82. Definitely some resistance in here. I mean, obviously it's gone from $150, $140 all the way down to $42, and now it's $80. So, we're trading in a very wide range. There's a lot of trapped buyers up in here. There's a lot of people that are trapped. They're just like, I just want to get a little bit back. Anything is better than nothing. I just want to break even. I mean, this is a heartbreaker of a stock, but it is, Scion Property Group is commercial real estate. If you do trade this, just be mindful that the options are not as liquid. So just kind of underprice it a little bit, kind of be a little bit flexible in the way that you're trading and push the expiration out. So that way you don't get screwed on that. So let me know how you did in the comments. If you watch this video to the end, comment, watch the end, hit the like button, and as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.